Hey, what's up everybody? T3 here from Future Nature and T3 Photography. If it sounds like I got a little more pep in my voice, it's because I do. Because I just returned from the Arctic Circle. Students ask me all the time, what in nature are you afraid of? And I always say lightning. Lightning terrifies the heck out of me. But holy cow, when you are at the edge of the Arctic Circle and you stand on top of a ridge and you look and you know there is nothing human touched for hundreds, if not thousands of miles in almost every direction. Yeah, that added a new animal to something I'm afraid of. Because here in the lower 48, I could drop you in the middle of pretty much any wilderness area, and if you could walk in a straight line for a few miles, you'll hit a McDonald's or a Walmart or something like that. But up there, not happening. Not only that, where I was, is preparing to get about 90 inches of snow this winter. I'm going back up there in the dead of winter to check that out. But anyway, I just wanted to record a quick welcome back video to you all. I know I've been off socials a little bit. That's due to service restrictions. A couple quick news bites. I'm going to be releasing a two-part blog series coming up here soon. The first is going to be words and photos about my trip up there to Alaska, and then that will be followed up by a documentary, a mini documentary about the trip, because once again I want to let you into my world and see what I'm doing. And I want to thank Jim for having me up there to teach him a tracking class. And yeah, it was, I've got a new outlook, I will survive. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. But yeah, so I've been toying with the idea of doing a few things recently, and I've made some final decisions. So now that another friend of mine who's going to be helping me on a volunteer basis, who hopefully I'll be able to eventually pay money to, we're redoing my website from stem to stern, as they say. Not only that, we're separating the website into two parts, into two separate sites. TomBrown3.com will be the hub of Future Nature and the educational portion of what I do. And then my new website, which isn't up yet, it will be t3-photo.com. And that's where you will find all my photography stuff, my school store, which if you haven't checked out, check them out. I got some really awesome clothing with photos I've taken on said clothing. And I use really good brands, no sweatshop or, things like that. I'm gonna start a winter line here soon with some hoodies and long sleeves. But yeah, so a few other details. For those of you who signed up for, the all-in-one program, which is all 8 of my webinars. It's like over 16 hours of education. We're going to be finishing out the cycle, as I say, here soon. So I'm going to be putting those dates up, and then I'm putting the next round of my all-in-one series since they're cyclical. So therefore, there'll be a sale coming up on the all-in-one series sometime soon. So stay tuned for that, as well as other physical classes I've added here in Sandy, Oregon. And I am working on classes all over the place, north to south, east to west. But I think the thing I'm most excited to talk about is next year. We are going to, I mean my friend Jim and I, who I was just up there with, part of the reason I went up there is to scout for what we are calling the 7-day Alaska Wilderness Adventure. You're gonna show up at the Flagstaff Airport, we'll pick you up, we'll spend the first night at my buddy's place. Early the next morning, we'll set out with ultralight gear. It'll be August, so you know there'll be lots of daylight. And we'll just pick a direction and move. And of course, I'm going to steer us a certain way, but you know, we're going to find a river, and that river is going to be full of fish, and we'll catch fish and eat them. And after we've got fire going, you know, I teach you the bow drill, we get a fire going. You know, if we need a shelter, we'll build one. If not, we won't. We'll spend a couple days at that camp learning various skills, and then we'll hike, you know, 5 or 6 hours to another body of water. Tree frogs are beautiful this time of year. Yeah, we'll head towards another body of water and kind of build a new camp. And it's going to be adventurous. It's going to be open to a very limited number of people because it's just my buddy Jim and I. And, you know, even though we have satellite communications, he's on search and rescue up there, and there's always people going missing. But you're in good hands if you're with me. So stay tuned for a more detailed write-up about that as well. Also, next episode of T3 Live will be this coming Monday on Come Bluff Us Day. Yeah. So that's going to be all about all sorts of things and how our ignorant selves have not learned from the past. Yeah, but anyway, lots of changes coming. I've got my spark back. I'm ready to rock and roll.